So, hello everybody, welcome back. So, I was going to do an ET video because, I have been without water for several days, straight by the way, and it was insane. And as soon as we got the water back in, we lost the internet. And then we lost the power. And after we lost the power, we also lost the freaking water, not because of the water pump, but because of the pipes. There was no water coming through the pipes either. So it has been weird and tiring and everything. And then, my daughter, which is supposed to be in classes were suspended again. And then, I had to do all the homework with her with no internet access, which, was challenging to say the very, least. And then, my neighbor, my aunt, and my mother, the three of them were sick, together. And all of these happened within 3 days. And yeah, like I said, it has been challenging. So, grab a coffee and, grab the notebook that you may have to write down all the things that I tell you sometimes, because I get that in the comments that some people are taking notes. So, anyway. Speaking of coffee, if you want to buy me a coffee, you can do that in the link down below. If you wanted to help me out, you can also send an Amazon gift card in the link down below. And if you wanted to read more about these things, I do have some books written, and they are in Gumroad, and the link is also down below. And anyway, I do not know when I'm going to be able to upload this because I don't have internet. It has been 6 days without internet. And here are the things that nobody tells you when there is no water and when there is, not a lot of things. So, number one, I am going to, you might need to make screenshots of this video. Just give me a minute because I have to bring something to show you. So, this is a rope, and when you're handling buckets, most people will go and they will say, okay, let's say that this is the handle of the bucket. Okay, so when you're using the rope, most people will go like this, and they will tie it like you will tie shoes, like you will tie shoes like this, and then they will do something like that, like the way that you will do the tying of the shoe thing, right? I mean, you do that, and then you place it like that, right? Right, so, see, now, it's like, okay, people are, they will make a double lace or whatever, and then they will use this for handling the bucket, right? Right. So I'm going to tell you right now that this kind of knot, it will break, and you cannot use this type of knot for the bucket when you're going to throw it into the water to grab water, and it will break. And also you cannot do this one to do anything that has to do with handling, because the knot will actually go like that, and then you will lose the bucket. And if the bucket is very, far away into the bottom of the tank or whatever, it will go bad. And nobody tells you that this is not how you do it. And so what you do to get the bucket is that, you have to put the two ends together, like that. And then you will form a U thing, okay? this is a U thing. So what you do for the bucket is that, by the way, this one took me 5 freaking tries, because the first time I learned it, the second time I forgot how the hell to do it, and then the third time I did it wrong, and then the fourth time I was kind of like, what the hell? So on the fourth try I actually learned it, and for the fifth time I was now an expert. So now I'm telling you. So what you do is you place this side like that, with the U thing, and you open the U thing and you pass this thing through that, and this is how you handle. No nuts, okay? And this is how you handle the buckets, and this is extremely important to understand. This thing, the heavier it gets, the stronger it will get the knot, and it will not let the bucket go anywhere, okay? So this one is very, very, very important to understand. This one is the one that you need for hammocks, handling the bucket, and stuff like that. Now, having said that, the blue bottles that are for handling the water, those that are 5-gallon containers. So when people want to do handling for those things, they will go the same. They will go like this, they will go like that, because it's like, okay, I'm going to do the bucket thing, and then they go like this. And again, this is not how you do it. This thing will break. And not only that, but it will put too much pressure on the freaking thing. So no, what you do, again, take the 2 endings, okay? Place the U thing, grab this thing like this, put it into the cap. You know that there is like a small dent like this one, very small dent. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a very small dent that you have there. So you place this thing into the dent, and then you pull it like that, okay? And that is how you handle this one. See? No knot. Again, no knot, okay? So now, when you are doing handling for those things, because you see, I am young, I can handle the blue bottle, I can take it from the bottom, but a lot of people cannot do this. So they will go like that, and then will do the knotting thing, and then it will break. The knot will also break, the rope will break, and everything will be wrong. So no, you do this thing first. Now, the second thing that you do is that, after you have these ones, which obviously are going to be 2, because, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a stick, any kind of a stick, okay? Now, any kind of a stick. This is going to be your handle, okay? The handle. So you put the rope, this thing is already on that thing, so the heavier it is, the more strong is going to get this thing. And then you take the handle, a stick that you really, really like, and now you're going to get these 2 things, right? They are 2 endings. So again, you take one U thing, and then another U thing. See? And then you do, again, the same process. You are going to pass this thing, under these things, so that you can now do the handling. Only this time it's going to go like that. See? See? Kind of like that. So anyway, point being that, nobody tells you that during hard times in the movies, most people just grab a rope and then they do the knotting with, like, if it was a shoelace. No, that's wrong. It will break. Also, this has several drawbacks. Number 1, this means that if you have a rope that was 10 meters, now that rope will measure 5 meters. The good news is that, let's say that if you are carrying, the blue bottle thing that I just told you, right? If I'm carrying like this, if I'm carrying 2 ropes, if I accidentally miss one, it will be okay because I still have the other one. And this is why you want to produce the ending with a stick. And then, it's kind of easy. All you need to understand is do the U, and then whatever it is that you're going to do, just put the things between the U. That's it. That's all you're doing. Okay? It should look something like that. Now, this thing, this type of knot, like just the U thing, you cannot, under any circumstances, do it on a living thing, like a plant, an animal, or another human being. I do not care that you think that's the best way to carry someone or whatever. No, it's not, because this thing, the heavier the load, the stronger it will get. And there is a point in which if you are doing this to anyone, this will strangle the part. This will strangle, and it might break someone in two or whatever, because it is very, very, very strong kind of thing. It's just not doable for, a living thing. If you need to carry someone, let's say, that you are in a second floor and you need to carry somebody from the first floor, you need another kind of knot. You cannot use the one that is from the movies. You cannot use the one that is for just doing the lacing. It will not work. And doing this one for the U, it will not work either. You need to learn about how the hell to do knots. And learn at least 5 basic knots. 1 for carrying living things. I would say 3. 1 for carrying living things, this one, and the shoelacing. And the one for carrying living things I can't show you because that one I'm still figuring out. And also, that one it's for an emergency, and I have no idea, if we can do that by a different kind of mean. Now, why you want to learn to do this is because, number one, if you're carrying the water through the bucket or whatever, and it breaks, then, oh crap. It's you're carrying water, and water is something that your life will depend on it. So, hell no. And if you're handling stuff like in the movies, like moving things, because, I was talking to my mother, because this was 6 days. 6 freaking days in which the entire city, my city, the entire city had no water. It's not like we could go to my grandmother's house or whatever. By the way, I don't have an alive grandmother, so I can't go anywhere I can't go anywhere. But the point is that, I don't have escape. Most people, 99% of the time, will go to an escape route, like your aunt's house, your friend's house, your neighbor's house, or whatever. In my case, most people come here because I have a water tank that happens to be on the ground. By the way, this is the first time that we have been into a situation in which I had to use the rope to the really, really, really freaking bottom of the water tank. And we were surprised and we were very happy because the water was clear. Quite frankly, I was expecting to get poop, like actual poop, out of the bottom of the water tank. But surprisingly, the water was just, I don't know, kind of gray. But it was, not disgusting to the point of you vomiting. And by the way, getting water is always going to be a 2-job person. Unless you are an extremely strong person and you know what the hell you're doing, and you are, self-sufficient, and you have Sina's superpowers, or I don't know, let's say that you are Oliver Queen and you are the Arrow and kind of like that, then yes, you might be able to do it alone. But other than that, yeah, no, you need two people. Here is why. Because there are two ways of doing this for the getting water when it is on the ground. You take the bucket, you put the lacing like I told you. Do not try to do it the other way. You will lose a freaking bucket, and you will lose a rope, and you will be pissed, and the water will be, oh crap. So hell no. Also, you might risk injury like crazy, because every time that you have something like that, only one rope, and the thing, if it accidentally gets, you drop it because it is only one rope, it's going to be bad. So injury is going to be, oh crap. But if you have two, the chances of you slipping into one, it's okay because you still have the other one. So, yes. So the amount of rope that you are considering for, your planning, you might need to double up on that one. And anyway, like I was saying, the reason why you need to is because when you drop this bucket into the water, it will float. So you need somebody who will go with a stick and will push it into the water. That is the dumb, easy way to do it. Dumb, easy. However, like I told you, it has the drawback of somebody having to push this thing, which means that somebody can go in, accidentally, be inside the hole. By the way, when we take the water out of the tank, this is my job. I do it because if somebody else does it and then they fall into that water tank, by the way, this has happened. There is 3 out of 5 people that have this kind of accident. They break their neck and they die. So, no, it is a very serious thing. So I don't let anybody do it. I do it. I push it. Now, the strong, if you were a guy, the strong, normal way to do this is you take the handle and you get, I don't know, you get a heavy tool thing that has some sort of hole. And I do mean heavy, metal. It cannot be plastic, it cannot be wood, it cannot be, cardboard or whatever. It needs to be metal. Metal, heavy, tool thing with a hole. And then you get the U thing and you place it through that. You remember the U thing that I told you? The U thing that you place it through that, you place it through that, and then you pack it against the handle. That way, when you do the knot, this thing will be pressured by the handle, by the rope thing and the handle. So it will not move. If you do not do it like that, but rather, you just tie it up with a shoelace or whatever, this thing, if it gets loose, the bucket will go up, and then the tool will go directly towards the bottom of the tank, and you will need to get physically into the bottom of the tank to try to get it. So, again, no, you need to use a U thing, and you need to do it through a hole. Now, because this is heavy, it will make the handle, as soon as it touches the water, this thing will make the handle go into the water. As it goes into the water, the bucket will go like that, and then it will be filled, and then you pull it. However, pulling something that weighs, let's say, 10 pounds, oh hell, 10 pounds with with the water, because water is heavy, and let's say that this bucket is 2 gallons. So you are talking moving easily, let's say 15 to 20 gallons of water or whatever. Oh hell, it's too heavy. So the person that helps me is a girl like me. If we are to do this, because by the way we needed to do this 12 times one day, 12. So if you're pulling this thing, yeah, and you're pulling it, roughly we are pulling it about 2.5 meters. So if we're pulling these 2.5 meters, yeah, not happening. I mean, we're not strong enough. If we had a guy, if you get a guy, you will do this easy in 5 minutes, because your muscles will be able to help you out. And also, by the way, when you are doing this thing, because by the way, we have done it with guys. So if you're a guy and you're pulling this thing, yeah, be careful about how the hell you put your knees, as in the right placement for your knees, and the right placement for your hips, because we have seen guys that have actually when they're moving this thing, they are either overdoing it or not doing it with enough strength, especially the first times, because you are either pulling too hard or too soft. And then the rope might not be what you're used to, and if you have never done this before, I mean, oh come on, oh the first time that a guy did it, my God, he almost fell into the freaking hole, and I wanted to kill him, but we were all laughing the hell out of him, because we were kind of nervous. So no, if you are a guy, just because you're a guy doesn't make you invulnerable to falling, and doesn't make you invulnerable to back pain, because you're carrying something that it is very, very heavy and it doesn't look like it. But pulling a rope with something that is like I said, 15 kilos. Oh, 15 kilos. And you're pulling it 2 meters. No, it's no joke. So so it's important that you understand the whole process. Okay? Now, how do you do it if you're a guy? Well, here's the deal. You take a small chair, and I do mean a small chair, like a fishing chair thing. It's very small. Don't use a regular chair, because you will fall. It has to be a very small chair. And then you sit down there, and you're a guy, you use your arms. And your knees will be, because it's a small chair, your knees will already be bended and stuff, and you will be able to pull it faster and easier. So, if you're doing this with a guy, sit down and use a chair like that. It will be better. Because that way you will also, by the way, you also need, like I told you, somebody that will still be near the hole, because when you're dealing with underground water tanks, they have pipes, they have electrical things in the bottom, they have measurement level things like the leveling thing, and every time that you're pulling, if you're pulling and then you're accidentally moving any of those things, oh crap, oh no, hell no. One in every, I don't know, let's say 1 in every 100. 1 in every 100 times that you're doing that, there are guys that will destroy the freaking thing, and then the water pump and the water tank will need to be repaired. And this means, more work. And it means, oh crap, it means more expenses. And for all I know, you might break the freaking piece inside. And if you break it, you will need to look for the spare part. By the way, this has happened to us, oh crap, every single time that we're dealing with a guy that is trying to help us out. They do not know how the hell to measure their own strength, and they do it, oh my God, and they go crazy. And then we ended up, breaking the freaking level thing that lets the tank not overfill with water. Oh crap. Finding that spare part, I can tell you, is not easy. And it's not fun either. And it's expensive. So You do need, again, you do need, a two-team thing, unless you are a guy that actually has done this, let's say 20 times. Or let's say that, you get it, you get things kind of fast. So let's say 5 times. So after you have done this 5 times, you can, and by the way, it's not like one and then one in 1 year from now. Oh, hell no. I mean 5 times, like, in a daily basis or in a weekly basis or something like that, kind of frequently, so that you can understand what the hell you're doing. Then maybe, let's say that this is like a level 5 will be you being an expert. Yeah, if you have done it 5 times and you're a guy, this is probably going to make you level 2 out of 5. You're not an expert. The reason why you're not an expert is because, of course, you're not an expert until you know what the hell to do if something goes wrong. You know what the hell not to do if something goes wrong. You know exactly, where to call, who to call, and all the procedures. If you find yourself all of a sudden in this chair, which by the way should be wood made it. Wood or plastic. Never, ever, ever do this on a metal kind of chair. And then everything around you is electrocuted and you are safe because you are in a wood chair. So, by the way, that has happened. So, no. Everything that you think is easy, it is not, because people will make the stupid, silly, dumb mistakes, and it will cost you a hell of a lot of injuries. And that is the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is that you will die or you will be paralyzed. So, no, this is a serious thing. This is why my mother is always kind of freak out every time that we need to open the freaking water tank, and she's like, we are disconnecting absolutely everything. And oh crap, if she could cut the electricity for the entire house, she will do it. By the way, she can do it, but we have a special switch to kill all the electricity that goes near the water pump. Because I swear this thing has killed a hell of a lot of people. In buildings, in apartments, in houses. And every time that by the way, if you have kids near this thing, no, hell no. You stop whatever the hell you're doing and you take all of the freaking kids out of this place. My neighbor's grandson was, they were taking water like I am taking water off the freaking tank, and nobody noticed the freaking little guy who was 2 years old, and he ran towards the water tank, and they crashed when they were trying to take the water thing or whatever, and the kid fell into the water tank and he broke his neck. He was dead instantly. There was nothing that they could do about it. So my neighbor, she was talking to my mom, and she said, never to get my daughter. In fact, she strongly said that we should put like ladders or whatever the hell we could, in this area, so that no kid will be able to get near it. And there have been pets, like dogs. They will get they also will get that accident thing. It's not a joke. That happened over 3 years ago, and she still mourns him. So, no. And anyway, nobody tells you the type of nodding that you're supposed to be doing, the type of injury that you're going to get. Nobody tells you that this job, it will make you cranky also. Because if you are doing this 12 times, to get the freaking bucket, and then you need to carry those 12 buckets all over the place to get water everywhere, to the toilet and to wherever. Nobody tells you that this thing it takes time. Not only that, but you will need to clean more because you're handling water. This is why I said in my Amazon wish list that my second priority will be the machinery thing that will mop. You know, because, oh crap, the one that, will sweep and mop. Oh crap, because every time that you're dealing with water, you will be dealing with mopping. And nobody tells you that when you're dealing with mopping, you have a lot of chances of accidents. And nobody tells you that if the accidents happen to somebody who is over the age of 50, you are going to very, very likely have to go to the hospital for a surgery. Even if the accident happened because of a freaking fall and the accident happened on the foot or in the wrist or whatever. Nobody tells you. And nobody tells you that if the accident involves kids, you might have to prepare for a funeral. This is, important. Nobody tells you also that every time that you have limited water, you will be fighting with all of the people that are using the water. Because you will be kind of like with your kids, especially, my kid is 7 and she flushes the toilet. And then I go, why the hell did you flush a freaking toilet? Oh my God. And I want to cry. And then she looks at me and she's like, sorry, Mom. Because I will have to go and get more water. And that one is if the water is available. And that's because I'm lucky and I have water that is available. All the other people that are not lucky because they don't have a water tank. I have mentioned I have a reproduction list of miscalculations and misconceptions about water. I have said that there are 3 types of water tanks. The one that is on the ground, the one that is above ground, like in your roof, and the one that is in the ground level, the one that you will call a container or whatever. I have also mentioned that, your priority above everything, will be mental preparation, and then it will be the freaking water pump. The one that is for floating basements. That one is your priority. Because you want to avoid doing the job that I just told you. You want to avoid doing that as much as you can. And if you are going to do this, you need a team of 2 people that are, kind of strong and kind of good reflexes. It's just the way things are. Carrying water is the most dangerous, heavy, annoying. Oh crap! I don't know. I don't even know how the hell to describe it. But it's one of the top 10 things that you really, really, really want to avoid. So that's why I have an Amazon wish list, and I said in the other video that my priority above everything, mental preparation, and then it will be the freaking water pump. That one, okay? So anyway, I gotta go, and I'm going to continue talking to you later about these things, and hope to see you again soon. So thank you for watching.